Now, before recording this, I have already released a dance video of it, but I wanted to just talk about the song and kind of break it down in a spiritual way. I really love this song. Of course, this always happens in my life, but songs always synchronistically find me when I'm going through something. So, I mean, it's obviously it's manifestation, but it's so crazy. This song popped up in my algorithm. I was like, I haven't listened to Georgia in forever. Like, I don't even know when the last time I listened to her was, but it had to be "Try Me" when my bro showed me her song. But other than that, this song is so fire. So let's get into it. Sorry for my voice a little bit. I just got done eating a really juicy apple. Pause. Anyways, I don't know why that made me say pause. I think my mind is 100% fruity now. Get it? All right, I'm done. Anyways, much love. Remember to be your authentic self. If you guys got any songs you want me to check out, look at, put it down below in the comments. I will try to get all the comments nowadays, but you can reach me on any platform and request videos. So yeah, let's get it. Much love. I absolutely love this song, dude. I love that scene where she's cheesing, man. I think I used it on the thumbnail. I love this part with the kid too. She spit, oh man, it's like such subtle lyrics with such an impactful message. Like, I want to grow, but I don't want to trip. And just, oh, man, and just it actually that's yeah, and just the whole that you're like, where are you gonna go if you can't run? And like, let me promise you one thing, you'll always be high. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. Let's enjoy the rest of the song.
You're gonna always be high.
so fire. There's a visualizer for it too. That's probably fire. Oh man, this song, dude. So I love this. In the beginning of the song, she's like, I took my time, called up to say, out of silence, don't think I ran away. So I love this because genuinely in life, we're really all searching for ourselves. We're really searching for that deeper form of love within ourselves. Everything we do on the external reality is a manifestation of what we consider to be love. And really, that love comes within. And I can't remember exactly where, but I used to talk about this in videos, the symbolism for calls, for phone calls, but like calling. And I remember, I quote this bar by B.O.B., when the other side is calling, your phone don't ring, is basically, to me, is talking about, because it's up for interpretation, it's a parable, but to me, it's talking about like the spiritual side, the spiritual verse. Like when your higher self is calling, when people talk about it's a higher calling, when that higher calling, funny enough, her song is called High, is that higher calling when it calls you, um, you know, you gotta answer the phone. It's time to answer the phone. So I like that she says called up to say out of the silence, because when we meditate and we detach from this reality, that's where you're going back to the silence, the stillness. Um, and then she says, don't think I ran away. That's, like taking time to yourself. Pretty simple. And then I love that, like the simple things. How has your day been? Tell me what's changed. Because are you still searching? I think I'm doing the same. And we're all searching for self. So I love this. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I wouldn't say anything too deep about these lyrics, but I definitely know how that feels, because it's just, I don't know. I love simple lyrics like this, because to me it really is the simple things in life. Not saying that you can't enjoy like the finer things, but if you really think about love and you think about people longing for companionship and longing for something deeper within themselves, something as simple as how has your day been? Tell me what's changed. Just these little conversations between people. I don't think some people realize how much it means to someone when you actually talk to them or have conversation. Not that you need anything on the external of you, right? Because the true self is all you'll ever need, that love within yourself to actually feel high. But we're I guess I'll just say we're communicative beings, you know, and I feel like we experience the separation down here for source for this one reason, to master the two energies together, the masculine and feminine. I'm going really deep with these, but that's just really how I seen it. I'm just speaking from the heart right now. Um, she said, I think I'm still doing the same thing. It's been so long. I wasn't there. Don't want you to feel like I didn't care. I went to find myself and I couldn't take you there. So again, just kind of what I've been saying, the meditation, going within yourself. It's you can't take anyone else with you. And this is what I think about with awakening, because obviously the colors of the video and everything to me were very reminiscent. See this, even when she's doing this with her hand, it's so subtle, but it's like this flow state she's in. I love doing that. This like flow state in the movement of the car, and all these colors, you can see that as the chakras. I really see it as the chakras. I actually seen a comment on this video that said, how many colors do you want? Georgia, yes. But I think the colors are really representative of the chakras and the light spectrum, because we're really light beings. I said height beings, nice. But hues, different hues. So so I love that. But yeah, don't want you to feel like I didn't care. That's a big thing too. When someone goes within, because this has been me recently. I've told a couple people that I've been in contact with, like, yo, if I back up, or I back up, whatever, I'm doing it for me, because I really need to go back to that place where I was, like, I mean, years ago, but at the same time, it's like And you can never really get far away from yourself, but you can feel like you've left yourself. But there's really no distance because you can't outrun yourself. But truly, when you go to find yourself, you can't take anyone with you, and that's the path of awakening. You really, no one can come with you. You can only go yourself. This is also why I say when you attract someone who's like, everyone's technically a soulmate, but when you attract like a twin flame soulmate connection, you want to make sure that a lot of the love is coming from yourself, and then that person, you guys complement each other, not complete, but complement each other, rather than the other way around where it's y'all are trying to complete each other, because you got to complete yourself. You got to be your friend first. And then the pre-chorus, as Genius puts it, but because where do you run if you can't? I want to grow, but I don't want to trip. I like that whole play on things, because where do you run if you can't? I want to grow, but I don't want to trip. So the whole tripping and running. So what? Where do you run if you can't? Just know one thing is that you're always going to be high. So I love that, because you can't outrun yourself. Like I was just saying, you really cannot outrun yourself. And I don't think people realize, maybe a lot of people, I'm taking away a lot of credit for people not being self-aware, but if you really realize a lot of the things and that you're searching for in love and all of this stuff, it's coming from self. You're doing things to fulfill yourself. I know it sounds probably straightforward to some people. Maybe this message isn't for you, but for a lot of people, it isn't that obvious that every single thing we do is for something within ourselves. And really, if you go within, you'll really see all that. And then I like that to me where when she said I want to grow but I don't want to trip. That for me played back on the other lyric where it's like, I went to find myself and I couldn't take you with me. And what of course I know, if you've been there, if you know, you try to bring someone else, you end up tripping over your own shoes, because at least for me in my reality, I'll always go so external for someone. I'll like be building myself up to 100%, and usually if you're there, you really can't be touched. Like I truly unconditionally love people, so it's like sometimes you can end up just, I don't want to say you give love to the wrong person, because I feel everything happens for a reason. Everyone you're around, everyone you attract is all for a reason. So I want to say it's more like you can end up, if you're someone, I guess I would say like, it's like this. It not necessarily drains you, but it can remove your focus on you. One of my bros will definitely tell you this, but you'll be so at 100 that you start going down to meet someone else at their level. So you'll be trying to pull someone up when they can't even pull themselves up. Like they, gas themselves. Self-esteem. That's a bar from B.O.B. But, he said you got to gas yourself. That's why it's called self-esteem. But really, you got to, like, you cannot put gas in somebody else's car. They got to drive their own car. And you can, but remember, actually, this is funny. If we're using a car analogy, you can put gas in somebody else's car. But the thing is if you put gas in their car, then when your gas runs out, they're going to have to rely on themselves to put gas in their own car. So you're only a like temporary fix. But then the verse 2 is, I've had my lows. You weren't always there for me. But time has shown that I can love myself again. I'll always need my friends, but I need to find one in myself. I love that bar. But yeah, I've had my lows and you weren't always there for me, but time has shown that I can love myself again. This man, this I just got a message. I got a message from this person. I've had my lows, you weren't always there for me. So this straightforward, straightforward. And what I love about this song, right, is it's not blaming the other person. Does that make sense? That's why I don't see this as like, obviously it's an upbeat song and you got that, I guess I would call it like an Jamaican beat type vibe. I don't know. It's funny that I'm a dancer and I can listen to all styles, or I take on the dancer frame and I can dance to any song, even if it's country. And I don't really know the genres, but I mean, it's just music to me at the end of the day. I do get they have their, but this is like what, Afro beat, something like that. But anyways, it's an upbeat song. You feel high. She's like gilded in purple, like representing the crown chakra, like all the chakras, all the lights like coming off of her. I'll also talk about the video symbols in a second. But we already talked about one, which was the call. But I like how the song explains that you weren't always there for me, as in it's like it's not blaming the person, it's just making an observation. Because then the next bars are, but time has shown that I can love myself again. And it's even that acknowledgement too. I'll always need my friends, but I can't rely on them either for just love. I need to be the one to find myself. And then it goes back into the verse, the because where do you run if you can't? And it's like it's just playing on the other words. Is like, true, you can't run to your friends. What are you gonna do? You can't run to your friends, because that's, your friends are like a friendship. That's the relationship between the friends. And then a relationship between the partner is more intimate. But friendships can be intimate if you change the way it is. Like, you can have really intimate and close friendships, but then with your partner you're maybe more like physically intimate. So they're all still relationships, and at the end of the day, it's like your friends give you a certain type of love. It's all love to me, but your friends give you a certain type of love, and at the end of the day, that's still, even if it's coming from them and they're not not the ones who not the ones who haven't been there for you. They, even if they can help you through events, they're still putting gas in your car. That's why you always got to listen to yourself. I always say you have to really just follow your own heart. And if you feel like and I say everything's a natural process, because one way or another you will wake up, and with other people, learning from other people's experiences and like taking their hints, you'll learn one way or another that you have to go within. But hopefully sooner than rather than later, because you can end up putting yourself in a loop. But I truly feel like I feel in people following their heart and doing things according to their natural clock or what's been written for them. Like, if you feel like you want to message someone and let them know that you always love them and this, I mean, go for it. Like, you should do it, because I know physical death is a lot for a lot of people, and when you lose someone in your life, like physically but not dead, that can feel like a death, because it's still a loss. So it's the same. It's like it's all just different spectrums of the same emotions. Death can literally feel like a regular loss, where this person is alive but they're not with you anymore. So it's like all these things. It's really a mastery of self. But yeah, I love this.
Took my time, caught up to say.
But now the symbols. Let's talk about some of the symbols. So obviously it's a very colorful, high vibration type of video to me, like very like high. And right here, is this a digital screen inside what is this, like a limo or something? That's pretty cool. I thought it was like simulating a car wash. And the reason I like that, at least this is how I'm gonna interpret some of these signs. So again, these are, I usually say this in the beginning, all these lyrics and everything, it's just my interpretation. You can find something completely different. That's why I love art. But like I said, the video is called High. There's a lot of colors and stuff. I'm like, bro, she's so talking about being on a higher vibration. I feel like Jorja's spiritual in a sense. She's got to be, right? Like the music in the videos she releases, like Come Over, man, that video, Come Over is insane. But so what I was gonna say about the wash, I kept trying to get it, is like the washing the windows, to me that's like giving you a clearer view. But also, I don't know if the windows are just straight up blacked out, if that digital thing is not playing over it. But for me, it's like your eyes, they say your eyes are the window to the soul. So it's like there's a car wash on the windows, giving her a clearer sight as she's peering out the window. And then right here, all the bubbles and everything, it's like kind of this magical, upbeat feel. But I don't really have anything for the bubbles. It's kind of just like, it kind of just feels like magic. It's like mystical. And then even with the whole disco ball thing, it pulls me back to Dua Lipa's song where it's like levitating, where again it's this idea of going higher and levitating. But if you remember in that, she was in an elevator, and I think there was a disco on the elevator, and it was a disco ball. And it's just, to me, it's just more references of a higher frequency. Of course, the interior being mainly purple and everything. Now, I don't know if I have anything for the roller skates. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But this right here, I love that like she's answering the phone and smiling, because it's almost like, if you think about the other side calling, she's calling her higher self, or like it's a higher calling, so that like her cheesing is like she's talking to herself at the other end of the phone, and now she's kind of in this bubbly mood. And then the kid smiling and running, to me, it's the child self. So healing your inner child. That's how I seen it. That's how I seen it. I don't know. Is that you can see the kid in everyone, or just like a kid is joyful, playful, and what they're supposed to represent. Some kids, but it's, to me, it's still this inner child thing, and kind of understanding the innocence in a child. I remember one guru saying, every time you see a child or a young kid, make sure to always smile around a kid, and not in like a fake way, but it's because they're impressionable. So you don't want to like tarnish their perception on the world. Let them come into it in their own. But anytime you see a very young kid or a kid, always smile, always be, upbeat. And it's not to be fake. It's just to, because those things really do matter if you understand that everything is energy. So never give them a fake energy, but smile through things. Show them that everything can be okay. Because especially in a time like this where the world is dark, but you can take that into multiple things. But I definitely like the whole play on the video is like you'll always be high, and then the kids running with the car is like it's your inner child. Because that's like what we're really all doing here, healing the inner child. But all right, what else do we got in here? Now for here, I could go completely schizo and just be like, she just said, put a bike in the video, it'll be fun. Or whoever helped her do the video, they were like, let's put a bike. But I really think everything is energy, so you could really make anything out of anything. But I truly feel like for me, bicycles, motorcycles, whatever, all represent cycles. So I like it. And the changing from red back to the purple, for me, again, I'm finding things everywhere. But it's like the red is the root chakra, and then back into the purple car and the vehicle moving forward, everything. And then even this right here is symbolic, because you can hang up the call once you're integrated with your higher self. You're that being now, so there's no more call. You kind of speak and channel from that place. But yeah, that's really it. See, we get a close up of that. Now the cake is interesting. I had something for the cake, but I don't think I have it now. I feel like I had something for the cake, but I don't. I don't really. Do you have an interpretation for the cake as a symbol? Like, you could say this, but it doesn't work in this context. I feel like he can kind of make it work. But let me see this saying really quickly. Okay, in a sense, this could work. So you guys probably know the saying I'm talking about. Let them having your cake and eating it too, to have or enjoy the good parts of something without having to deal with the bad parts. So let them eat cake. So it's like, which it's a dark saying if you use it for where it came from, right? Which was like the privileged classes are unsympathetic. But we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that one. For this one, we're gonna use that saying, because that's what I thought about, and I was like, I know that to eat cake is like that. Enjoy the good things without having to deal with the bad parts. See, and when you find yourself, anyways, you'll be in a state of that just naturally. So yeah. I don't know. I absolutely love this song. It came at a really great time for me. So, yeah, man, I love it. Anyways, Much love. I'll see y'all in the next video. Hope you enjoyed.